All right, Vicente, the camera's rolling, so whenever you're
Yeah.
ready to rock.
You could fix it up.
Yep.
There you go. Okay. Good morning, class. I'd like to start off by asking, what do you see here in this picture? Anybody want to take a guess? Yes?
I don't know the name nor the genre, but it's a very cool looking plant that I'm guessing collects water or traps things in it or something.
Okay. Well, this is a pitcher plant. That's what they're called. Okay, and how about this one? Many guesses? Don't worry, don't be shy. Nothing? Okay. Well, this is called a corpse flower. And these, have you ever seen these, anybody? Yes? These are called baobab trees. And now the question I want to ask you guys is, what's in common? What do all these things have in common? Aside from being plants.
They all retain water.
Good one, yeah. But I'm looking for something else, really. Something a little more specific when it comes to getting control. Well, these are all angiosperms. So that means, do you know what that means?
I know what the word is, I just can't remember more context.
That's right. That's even better. That's what class is for. Okay. So all these look very, very different with various sizes. This group grows extremely tall, and you can see all the foliage is way up top. This one actually, it's called a corpse flower because it smells horrible. It's a horrid smell that it pours out. This one's the pitcher plant. It lures bugs because it has some sugars over here up top. And over here, in this part where they climb up, it's not sticky. It just, they fall into the acid that it has in there. So, again, these are all under one category, and that's what I'd like to tie into today's class. We're classifying plants, so it's a plant classification. Get excited, look at it, oh my God. I'm Professor Ramirez, you've had me before here. And this is Horticulture Science 3. This is for juniors and seniors. So let's begin. Today's objectives will be to classify plants into a major scientific group with 95% accuracy. Okay? So, what is a plant? Can anybody tell me? Just on top of their head, anything that comes up. What do you think when you hear the word plant? Awesome.
Fibrous organism.
Part of my handwriting. Okay. Anything else? Morgan? Just the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word plant.
I don't know, like,
It could be the color green, it could be
I think of like tap roots for some reason.
taproots. Oh, okay. Actually, that's pretty good. Taproot. Michelle, you seem quiet.
Of course.
Anything that comes to your mind, just when you hear the word plant.
Leaves.
Leaves, okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, you're a new student here. Okay. What do you think when you think of the word plant?
Flowers.
Flowers? Oh, this is good. This is going to be a good class. All right. So, something happened with the power plant. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, how do we classify them? You just listed all these things. So how do you guys classify plants? Do you just, like by how they taste, whether you can eat them, if they're poisonous, how do you, Austin, do you, how do you handle it?
You classify them by how they look,
By how they look?
and you can also classify them by how they operate, like whether they eat seeds, whether they reproduce asexually.
Perfect, okay. I'm writing that one, right? You said how they reproduce?
Yes.
And could you repeat the other one?
And their appearance.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so, next question though is, why do we classify them? For what purpose? Just, yeah, tell me anything you think of, yeah. Again, he's very enthusiastic about it.
Proper identification.
Proper identification?
When I grab a poisonous plant, think it's a edible plant.
Perfect. Okay. Maureen, you have your hand up, maybe?
I was kind of thinking along those lines, like just to make sure, like if you're studying something, you're studying the right thing.
Perfect, yeah, that's the scientific reason, yes, exactly. Okay, so, classify them through taxonomy being the branch of science in which you classify things. And, let's see here. Well, first, I want to start off with a bit of an activity. I don't know, is Bo coming back? No? Michelle, can you sit with it?
Yeah, I actually.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, you're gonna miss a great class.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, guys. So, right here, let me divide this for you. We have classifications into the square. There's there's 4 of each. So I was planning for more people to be here. Mr. Goldwager, would you like to join?
Actually, I'm taking notes and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
You can come join.
Okay. Sorry. it's a bit of a- So just, I want you guys to pick out one of each. And these are, the Bibles are just to connect them. So just, and then these, there's only 3 types. And then these are just words you can associate with each category, okay? So I want you to take just 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I'll give you, and go ahead and just take one of each and organize it in a way you think they should be ordered.
So we're matching certain things together?
Well, yeah, you're taking one, see, each one of these, in total, there's 9 categories.
So we each have a pile?
Yes.
Okay.
Each have a plant, a seed, or non-best, something different. Does that understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone has to take one, at
You're
least
just gonna do the like.
with the flag, yeah. So I'll give you, let's say 3 minutes. You want, I'll help you a little bit organize it. You got my stuff.
Got a good little pile over there.
Okay, the most important one here, I'll give you a little tip. One says plant. You guys have it?
I have 2 of the same plants.
Oh, okay,
And I
that's,
have 4 that say seedless.
Yeah, you only need one.
Oh,
you only need weight.
so I need 1 of each.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I have 4 seedless, I do not need 4 seedless. So now I have plants, seedless, gymnosperms, vascular, and then one little circle says flowers.
Okay. Yeah, most of the little circles are actually just words you can relate to the term.
Okay.
But mostly the most important part here are the actual terms themselves. I actually had a problem making these, they're gonna be a lot bigger, but then they got water on them.
Aegis for.
So just arrange them how you think they should be ordered, like taxonomical,
Oh.
to classify them.
And there's 9 different ones that we have to arrange together.
You know, don't,
Okay.
so, do you think you got it? Tell me when you're done, don't worry.
I'm having a tough time remembering. Yeah, I was.
It's all right, it's a learning class. There's seed, dicot, and that's about it. You know, I just realized these are way too small, so I'm not gonna,
They're kind of hard to manipulate.
yeah. But okay, you, So, if you're having trouble, tell me. Don't worry, it's just how you think they should be arranged. If you're actually like having trouble, just trying to put it together.
I'll just wait.
All right. Ms. Lewis?
I'm trying to figure out where vascular and non-vascular might line up.
What was your name again? Just when you're satisfied with your result. Okay. Okay. Non-vascular.
They're supposed to. I'm not gonna bother to go get all the little black.
Yeah, no. Next time I'll have something like 3D. All right. Michelle, do you want to explain why you don't have to, you don't have to. You can just, you can literally tell me, I just did it.
Yeah, I
For
have
the
no
walls.
idea. That's enough.
That's all right. Ms. Rose?
Well, I was having a tough time remembering the difference between angiosperms and gymnosperms, because I think one is a flowering plant that reproduces through flowers and seeds, whereas the other one doesn't. But I couldn't remember which one is which, so I feel like it's a distinct possibility that all the stuff that I have below them could be flip-flopped. But I went with angiosperms as having flowers, and then there's different types of flowers, there's dicots and monocots, and then there's seeds that come from flowers. That's where I was going with that. I mean, vascular and non-vascular, I was like, I can't remember. I know it's talking about xylem and phloem, but I couldn't remember
All right, that's pretty good.
what it was referring to.
Out there.
Just
Awesome.
categories.
Yep, I kinda just put it together. I know that, like, there's obvious that some things were linked, they had a connection, whether it was, like, they were connected or they were totally different, like angiosperm and gymnosperm, and monocots and dicots, and I just couldn't remember what everything did.
That's all right.
I just
Yep.
kind of put it together.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. I can hear, where's the remote? Okay. Well. Okay, we're gonna start off by the main thing here, which is the plant kingdom. So that's what plant represents. So, I'm with Sharon. We
You got
it.
one right.
All right, so
Oh,
what do you see here?
my. Orange
Veins.
bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder, okay.
Intensity.
I see veins.
All right. See veins.
Abdominal
That's
muscles.
all right. Austin, so you see veins. So
Yes.
what do veins do?
They transport blood back and forth.
Okay, so they transport. So,
Yes,
and what is the system called? The full system of veins.
circulatory.
Okay, is there another name for it that starts with the same letter?
Cardiovascular.
Okay, perfect, actually. Vascular, what I was looking for, but that's really good.
You
That's
said it
extremely-
started with the same letter though. Circulatory,
Yeah.
cardiovascular.
But he said veins.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about, it's very
Oh,
similar
yeah.
to circulatory.
Oh,
Same.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so in trees, I mean, in plants, the first thing that, first of all, there's a lot of different types of classifications for every type of plant. You see every science teacher uses something that's a little bit different, but to start you off, we got the vascular system, that's what this was accepted, and you got the xylem and the phloem. So these are two different types of systems within a tree, within a plant, that support the plant by giving it, the xylem gives it water, and the phloem transports nutrients. Now, the xylem the water starts from up top and it goes to the bottom, and the phloem, which is the nutrients, go from the bottom of the roots up to the rest of the tree, the plant.
I thought it was the other way around. Cause flow flows downward, like xylem brings it up from the roots to the leaves, and then phloem brings, waste products back down.
That's home,
What's that?
that's home.
That's homework? Oh,
Don't worry, I'll check that out.
okay.
Okay, so then we have non-vascular plants. These are called bryophytes, and these are made up of mosses, hornworts, and liverworts.
Sounds
So-
like Harry Potter.
Yeah, a bit. If you go outside and you see the Spanish moss, this is what you're seeing, a bryophyte. So bryophytes, they kind of clone, they release some spores as well. And that's the vascular part of classification. Next we have, once you go from vascular, you go down to seed, so spermatophytes. So if they have a seed or not. So, you know, you got your avocado, you got your, I'm sorry, pumpkin seeds, you got all different types of seeds right there. And then we go to no seeds, which are pteridophytes. I'm still not sure if that's pronounced correctly. However, okay, these produce spores instead of seeds. Plants may include ferns and horsetails. They're also known as cryptogams. That's horsetail, by the way, right there. And that's just a fern. One point I want to make is mushrooms are not plants. They're fungi, so they don't fall into this category. They do have spores, but they're not plants. They have their own kingdom. So, don't
They must get invited to parties a lot,
they're, yeah.
because they're fun guys.
Okay, so next we have angiosperms. And angiosperm flowers. So you're right about that? Yes. So these are the plants that reproduce through sexual reproduction through flowers. So that means that the DNA does cross over from two plants to make a new gene. And now the seed is protected by fruit, so that you should keep that in mind. Okay. And gymnosperm. So these are trees that don't have fruit or flowers. The leaves don't fall in the winter. If you see a Christmas tree, you see how the leaves are still there, they're intact. And they have unclosed seeds in a conifer. I'm sure you've seen that before. I mean, it's a lot of Christmas movies, especially now, since it's green. Okay, so let me just go back to you about this. Let's rewind a little bit, just because. So you got the plant kingdom, and then you've got vascular, and then you've got non-vascular. Now from vascular, you break it up into seeds or no seed. And then from seed, you go on to not mushrooms, to angiosperms. That's for the flower and the gymnosperm next to it. Now from the angiosperm, you move on to dicot and monocot. Dicot is taproot. Wait, was that is that taproot? Yes. Peace sign. Anyways, taproot is this, the long root. And when it is just beginning to sprout, it only has one vein. So that's what makes it, that's the monocot. Monocot has fibrous roots. This is true. No, so it is right. When a monocot begins, it has two veins, which is the strange part. That's because I do know it has fibrous roots. It definitely has fibrous roots. And dicot has the taproot, which is one. From there on, here you can see a summary of what I just said. So from plant kingdom, you go to vascular, non-vascular, then you go from seed to seedless, from angiosperms to gymnosperms, and then from angiosperms you divide it into dicot and monocot. So this is your basic plant classification. See, this is a modified chart. Again, it's a bit confusing to see different charts that put it in a different way. But with the right information, you'll be set. You can tell what plants have fruits, which don't. Yes?
Mr. Ramirez, why do we need to know this?
Well,
This seems like a lot of science. I thought we were in ag class.
we've already discussed this question at the beginning.
Okay.
You know?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, basically, it's the same thing with any research-based science. You need to know exactly what you're classifying so that other people who are researching the subject matter, whether it be for medical purposes or just for food, so they know what they're dealing with for the community, the science community. It's just like the metric system, except in the US, but there's a standard for research.
Okay.
And plants constitute a lot of it. So plants are our food. We can't live without plants. Now, I would like for you guys to want to review, visual review. Mr. Kovalager,
You'll take the mouse and just move it all the way to the right side of the screen.
wait, because,
Yeah.
yeah. I have to put yes. We had the same problem last class. It's a short video. I think we can just show it to the class.
Got it, touch. You wanna turn it?
Yeah, is there a way like it's connected to the audio again?
I don't know, try it.
I don't think it worked with audio in my class. We had to pull up videos on that computer and project it
It's
too.
really weird, it was working today
Is it for
Audio?
the,
with everything.
what's connected to the audio from here? Is it this or this?
I think it just, let's try and play it.
Hi everybody, we're going to talk about some basic plant classification today, and apologies in advance for any Latin words that I butchered. The first way we classify plants is by whether or not they have vascular tissue. You'll recall that vascular tissue is conducting tissue and contains xylem and phloem. Vascular tissue also contains vascular cambium and cork cambium, but if you just remember xylem and phloem, you'll be all set. Plants that don't contain vascular tissue are called bryophytes. Bryophytes include moss, liverworts, and hornworts. These plants usually rise a maximum of a few centimeters above the surface they are growing on. Plants with vascular tissue are further subdivided by whether or not they have seeds. Vascular plants without seeds are called lycophytes and pterophytes. Lycophytes, or club mosses, are tiny pine tree-like plants. Lycophytes are distinguishable from bryophytes because they often have small spines and grow much taller. Pteridophytes are ferns. Vascular plants with seeds are further divided by whether their seeds are enclosed or unenclosed. Enclosed seeds are enclosed within the ovary. For example, the ovary of an apple tree is an apple, and the seeds are enclosed within the apple. Unenclosed seeds, like those of a pine cone, are not enclosed within an ovary and are open to the air. Plants with vascular tissue and enclosed seeds are known as angiosperms. As a general rule, think of angiosperms as plants with flowers or fruits. Plants with vascular tissue and unenclosed seeds are known as gymnosperms. As a general rule, trees with pine cones are gymnosperms, but ginkgo trees are also gymnosperms. Here is one last look at my chart of basic plant classification. Thank you for watching this video.
Okay. Short and sweet. Okay. All right, that was my presentation. I hope you learned something. Actually, before I leave, I wanted to ask you guys, what is something you learned today? Can you remember any of the, any one of the essential categories that we went over? Something?
That angiosperms have the closed-in seeds, so flowers or fruit.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Michelle, you want to say something?
Yeah.
No? Mr. Rose?
Gymnosperms are the opposite of angiosperms.
Perfect. When you think of gymnosperms, just think of conifers.
Are there other things besides conifers that are gymnosperms?
Many trees are gymnosperms, actually. Yeah.
Like what?
Well, not oaks, it's, I'll get back to you on email with that.
Okay.
but there are many trees that are.
Are palm trees gymnosperms?
No, they're not. Palm trees are angiosperms.
Interesting.
Alright, okay. No other categories? Alright, well, it'll leave the test, so I recommend you study. Alright, well, thank you very much.